we're back. We're back. I got 2 shows today. Elwood's not here. Elwood is at some wrestling shit right now. Don't even know what that's about. But apparently Elwood's at a wrestling match thing. He's got front row seats supposedly. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it sounds kind of badass, honestly. God dang, what is this doing? It always is messing up, I'm telling you. There we go. But, Angry Black Quarterback, sorry about that. Episode number 14 and 15 because we missed last week. Honestly, we were trying to do it. You know, my co-host for Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod, and for this, one of the guests, Mr. Goody, part of the Bets. Make sure you guys go follow him. He was super sick, man, like super sick, and I was super fucking busy, so it was almost kind of nice that we didn't do it last week, but we're back on schedule. We're going to count this as 2, get back on to number 16. I don't give a shit, shut up, that's how we're doing it. We're back again. I'm actually kind of excited. I was glad I got the break, but then I really missed, stop. I really, kind of miss doing this. This is such an outlet for me that not being able to do it was kind of annoying. And we're waiting on these guys. I mean, they're there, so they can join whenever. But until they do, whatever. But, yeah, we're going to get into Cowboys. We're going to get into Kyler Murray. We're going to talk about Zach Wilson. Supposedly, I saw this new show today. The meme that's the episode title is actually kind of awesome. I guess there's a new show called MILF Island where it's like all these moms or divorcees with lots of plastic surgery live in a mansion. So earlier today, trending on Twitter, it was MILF Island and MILF Mansion. It was super fucking weird. But then I found a good Zach Wilson meme because, you know, Zach Wilson will steal your mom. But, you know, he's moved back to the backup role. Of course, we're going to talk about the Eagles. 12-1 look fucking unstoppable, honestly. After that loss that we had against Washington Commanders or Washington high school football team. Lost that game. It was pretty ugly. Then we won by a point there close against the Colts. Since then, Eagles have been smoking them. Jalen Hurts looks nasty. You know, Micah Parsons talking shit. I mean, I guess not talking shit, but fuck Micah Parsons. And of course, we'll talk about the Cowboys. There's a lot of shakeups. Jimmy Garoppolo broke his fucking ankle. There's been so much stuff that's gone on in the past 2 weeks that, you know, since we've been gone. But like I said, break was much needed. Break was nice. Went out of town. Hung out with some amazing people. Just relaxed. Got to do that, which was really fucking nice. I really needed it. Doing this and the other show twice a week and working full time. I mean, this is fun, but damn, man, it gets fucking tiring. So it's nice to be back. Nice to be relaxed. One more round of applause, of course. And so we have Joe 2.0. He's back. And like I said, Mr. Goody's like fresh out the hospital. So this is going to be pretty wild. But, you know, before we get into anything, I do got to talk a little bit of shit just because the Eagles, I got to be careful. They're crushing people, man. I mean, right now, A.J. Brown over 1,000, Miles Sanders over 1,000, 10 touchdowns. A.J. Brown's got over 1,000 and 10 or more touchdowns. Jalen Hurts has over 10 rushing touchdowns. He's got 31 passing TDs and 3 picks. And like, look, I get it. It's very convenient this year that I decide I want to start doing a sports podcast, and my favorite football team, the arch rival of the area I live in Dallas, is absolutely destroying people. But I mean, this team is really fucking good. They're super scary. I mean, and I've been an Eagles fan for a really long time. I know people will be, fair weather or something. I don't think it's really hard to be a fair weather Eagles fan because most of the time people are just talking shit to you. So, you know, you kind of, like, if you sign up for it, you know, everybody hates you, essentially. But A.J. Brown just making crazy catches. This is the week before last against his former team, the Titans, just putting it on people. I mean, it's the jump that we've seen from Jalen Hurts and what I saw. I mean, I'm one of those people. I'm not going to lie. I'm one of those fucking people. And I was sitting there saying, oh, Jalen Hurts, well, you know, if he sucks and we have 2 first-round picks and we could go get Stroud or we could go get Stroud. We could go get Stroud or whoever the fuck we want. It doesn't matter. We're going to have the ability to, like, live our best lives. Yeah, that was for my voice crack. Yeah, and what we're seeing out of Jalen Hurts is absolutely mind-blowing. if I'm being honest. He's passing the ball better than Lamar Jackson ever has. And so let's say he's not running the ball as much as Lamar Jackson did when he won MVP and was going all crazy. But you can't say he doesn't pass the ball more efficiently. You can't. He is. It's crazy. And finally, Miles Sanders finally breaks 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, obviously, we've seen people dropping like flies getting injured. I mean, Gardner Johnson's out with his, lacerated kidney or spleen, trying to rock somebody and cut himself on the inside. That shit's wild. But, and Blankenship's knee doesn't seem to be too bad, so they're going to get those guys back. Dallas Goedert's coming back off IR. This team has probably been the most depleted it's been in the past 4 weeks. And, yeah, they had a loss, or probably the last 5 to 6 weeks. Yeah, and yes, they had a loss. And they did just beat the Colts by a point. But, I mean, we saw, they're playing on a level like we haven't seen a team play in a while, where it's dominant in any way they want on offense. You can't really say that about the Cowboys. Cowboys defense looks good. Their pass rush is okay. I still think their secondary's trash. Now they're getting a couple injuries as well. I think they had an injury to their O-line. The Cowboys are facing their own hurdle, and I think that's one thing we knew about the Eagles going into this year is, oh man, if they can piece it together and Jalen Hurts plays above average, they have enough talent to be a dark horse to make it to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game. And arguably even in that loss that they had, you think about the loss that they had to Washington, the deep bomb, good pass, Quez Watkins gets up, fumbles the ball, lots of chances to take the lead in that game, and they didn't, but they still fought hard, and it was close. They lost a close game to what's considered one of the hottest teams in football in the past, 9 weeks? Other than that, they're trouncing people. They're going to have to play the Giants again. And look, I'm going to this Eagles game. Shout out, don't blow up my spot. Worked for some amazing people, and, raffle won the Eagles Cowboys tickets, go figure, and I'm super excited to go, and I think it's gonna be a close game. This is true if you're a Cowboys fan, and unless we're playing all of our backups, come on, let's be honest, it's always gonna be a pretty close game regardless of record, who's playing where. Rarely is there a big massive blowout. Yes, we got beat twice last year and got blown out in the second game when we played all of our backups and no one really played and we had some injuries. Jalen Hurts said he had an injured ankle. From the development we've seen, he looks way better than he did at the end of last year going into the playoffs or in the playoffs. Either he's literally checking every single box. And not just for this team to make the playoffs, but this team to I'll say it honestly, potentially win a Super Bowl. It's true. I'm not trying to buy into hype. I think they're still really young. I know. I still think they're young and they got a ways to go. But I would say discounting the Eagles at being a favorite, you're going to have to go into Lincoln Financial in the winter in January and go play this team. But the way they're running the fucking ball, get out of here. And the way the quarterback can run the ball, the offensive line's been great. Dickerson looks like a great... we've just hit... Howie Roseman's put together a roster. Michael Parsons said, is it the team or is it Jalen Hurts, and is he really that good? But I think he is that good. The leap we've seen him make from last year, the way he's throwing the ball, I think he's number one in every single statistic in the league when it comes to throwing the ball from the pocket. This dude's got something like 40, because he had 29. Yep, 29, and then he had... So he's got 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 10 rushing touchdowns? Or 11? This dude's got... What? He's responsible for 40-plus touchdowns right now.
Just like the United States of America, it's never been a good idea to bet against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh. Is that a ghost from the fucking... I gotta grit it up? Oh, shit. Hold on, we gotta switch back. You came out of nowhere, dude. You almost spooked me. You almost had me. Goody in the house. But let me finish my little rant real quick, because I was on a little tangent here. Like the way that we're seeing this Eagles team play football across the board. I mean, we watched them play what's a hot Jags team early in the year. They ran for over 150. This is the best offense. The first time we've had 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver since 2014. That's crazy. This team and I've been pretty. I mean, obviously I talk my shit, but I do think I've been a little bit more coy, and I've been slow playing it. I'm like, hey man, we could easily lose one of these games. Like, I'm not ignorant to think that we can't lose something, but I mean, this team is crushing people right now, and in a way that the other teams. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of Joe since he doesn't have his video up. There you go. In a way that other teams we haven't seen them consistently do it.
And yeah, that's right. I'd say that they're the most consistent team in the league. They're also the most complete team in the league. They could be the most explosive team in the league. They might be the most well-coached team in the league. I mean, what are we doing here? And, like, even like if you go to their front office and like the owner, it's like, this is a team that nobody wants to see in the playoffs, period.
And dude, right now we're sitting on the number 5 pick, which we could use. I mean, I think Jalen Carter is someone that's going to be gone. I think there's going to be some people that are definitely going to be off the board for us that we're not going to be able to get. But at 5, I mean, we could take, the best running back in the draft out of Texas. We could take Robinson if we wanted to at the top of the first round. The Eagles have the second most cap space out of anybody in next year. Because remember, Lindell Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, a lot of these guys are 1-year deals. We're down 2 safeties. So what? They brought back Harris. They brought back Harris, who had 72 tackles for us last year. Really good complete safety, and was with us during the preseason. And Blankenship's going to come back from his knee injury. It's like a mild sprain. And Gardner Johnson will be back by playoffs. Like, this Eagles team is scary as fuck, man. And the core nucleus of it is young. They have the ability, it'll be up to them. Do we keep Fletcher Cox? Do we let him walk? Do we re-sign Lindell Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, or do we let them walk because they can walk? Do we bring back Brandon Graham? And Brandon Graham's been crushing it. This dude is like 55 fucking years old, and he was the second highest rated passer all of last week. And Josh Sweat's a beast. We locked him up for 6 years. Mulata's a beast. Locked him up for forever. Dickerson's on a rookie deal. Juergens is on a rookie deal. We locked up. Devontae Smith is on a rookie deal. We already re-signed Goddard. We have 5 more years out of Brown, who's hitting his peak right now, and this is the healthiest he's ever been, knock on wood. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts.
I would say, like, with the 5th pick, maybe look at an offensive lineman, just keep shoring up the line.
Right tackle. Yeah, because you're not going to have Johnson for forever. You're not going to have Lane Johnson for forever.
Right.
He's fantastic, but I mean, he's not going to play for forever.
And then the other option would be trade down and then get a tight end. And then you'd have to,
the tight ends at this point, like, the way, if you're a big dude and you're not afraid to kind of block somebody, if you can go run a route, I mean, you think about, what's his name, that Calterera guy who we have from SMU. He played at SMU. Before that, I want to say he was at Oklahoma, maybe, got retired because of concussions. I mean, you can pick up a good athletic tight end, and if they can catch the ball consistently and get away, like, I think that those are almost not like it's becoming a dime a dozen, but we're seeing a lot of really good tight ends come out of fucking nowhere. I mean,
but
you'd have to be a really good tight end to be taken in now if you traded back, I think if we trade back, we take a tackle, and maybe we take we always are taking defensive tackles and defensive ends. That's where if we could get Jalen Carter in the top 5. Otherwise, I don't know if there's a top transcendent talent at right tackle. But then you'd still but we have to pay Hurts. So we're gonna have to pay Jalen, and the price just keeps going the fuck up.
He's going to be the most paid quarterback in the history of the league when he gets paid, because who's the highest paid quarterback in the history of the league? It's the last person who just signed a deal.
Well, I think now, and this might sound wild, and obviously this is wishful thinking. I could see Jalen totally taking some fucking Tom Brady route, dude. I could totally see him being like, look, man, I'm worth 45, but, you know, give me 32 or 36 and make sure I can bring some people in. I could easily see him doing that. He is totally, like, I hear it all the time at work, and it's true. Like, you know, leaders eat last. Like, you got to put yourself out there, you know, do shit for people, you know, and if they reciprocate or not, whatever, but you got to go out there and, like, do it to it, right? As the leader, you got to set the example, and if there's a little bit of food, you eat last, because that's what leaders do. You want to take care of everybody around you. Tom Brady was totally like that. Change the quarterback position. Let's say they even make it to the Super Bowl and don't win. I could easily see him taking a little bit less to make sure he can have somebody. If he could take a little bit less and bring back Sanders rather than using that pick on a running back, I could see him doing that and just being like, yeah, I think this is what we need to do. Because his whole mantra right now is like being super zen. He's super chill. He's chill as fuck. He's a good leader. All of his post-game, you know, victory speeches are great. Like, he's just a good motivational speaker. I could see him taking that kind of Tom Brady route, which sounds kind of nuts, but I think he could.
Well, what's so weird is because I've been hearing a lot about, like, him in the locker room, you know, and how everybody is, like, ready to ride for him. But what I was saying at halftime in that playoff game last year versus Tampa Bay was like, dude, who the fuck is listening to Jalen Hurts say anything right now in that locker room during halftime? Like, I bet everybody's just like, shut the fuck up, you suck. And that was like literally, I'm in a hotel room in New Orleans, like, and like just like I'm saying this like by like to myself, but and then like this, he's just a completely different player this year, and I had him pegged wrong as like a bad leader, so.
Well, no, and that's something that I think about our boy C. Monty. His bitch ass refuses to come on the podcast because he thinks it's a trap. It's not a trap. You should come on.
It's a trap!
I promise it's not a trap. But
yeah,
especially, no, because if the Eagles were like 2-30, he'd come the fuck on and talk shit the whole entire time. The only reason he's not coming on is because the Eagles are playing really good, and he doesn't want to come on and talk about it. That's the only reason why he's not coming on.
It might be a trap because, like, he might get stuck in, like, the doorway with his fat ass. Ooh, ooh.
But yeah, I mean, but you know, Jalen put on a good bit of weight and muscle. He's always been like really chill. I mean, you could make a case. You know, they always talk about that Lincoln Riley connection. He played at Oklahoma for a year. You know, he played in between what? Kyler? No, he played. Was he after Kyler? Pre-Kyler. Same like Eric.
Pre-Kyler.
Yeah, okay. So he was there that year. They didn't win the Heisman, but he still balled out. He just looks, the way he's throwing the ball, it's crazy. I was so wrong in the sense that if he plays bad, I think we all played into it as Eagles fans. If he's bad, we'll draft somebody and big fucking deal. That's pretty much what we all thought. Then we'll get someone.
Yeah. I thought he was soft. But not the case. But I also think that their scheme that they're running on offense this year does help him out, like with like the running game being like a lot better. And
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, obviously Miles Sanders running the ball like he has been, and this is the healthiest he's ever been. Anybody who's watched him play and saw him play, he was the backup to Saquon Barkley for like 2 years, and then he ran the ball for like almost 1,600 yards, something crazy, at Penn State. I mean, he is shifty as fuck. Like, he's arguably one of the hardest people to tackle, and when he's healthy and he's running physical, he's not like a small dude. Like, he'll run you the fuck over. He, like, almost wants to, but he takes the ball outside a little too much, and he does this thing where he catches it, and he, like, pauses for a second and makes people be like, is he going right or is he going left? And I always see them guess correctly. So, like, maybe stop fucking doing that. But other than that, it's like just turn up field.
It's like penalty kicks, like in, like, the World Cup, where it's like the goalies just got to guess where you're going to shoot it. They don't have any idea. And it's like, but Miles Sanders
less effective.
Yeah, Miles Sanders is like, he's like, yo, I'm gonna go this way, so follow me.
Yeah, a goalie at the World Cup would tackle Miles Sanders. They would guess correctly, and they'd be like, "What a hit! What a hit from the! He's came in from the stands. Is that a keep? Is that a goalie? What's going on? Pandemonium." No. But yeah, I mean, not to disclose, but man, they're playing crazy good. They're playing crazy good, and this is some of the like you said, they're the most consistent. They're the most complete. You know, Jalen Hurts is the best passer of the football from the pocket in all
Yeah,
in completion percentages. And he's almost completing like he's at like 68,
yeah.
69% of his passes. I
You
mean,
got a guy who could run like that, and he's leading the league in pocket passing.
is
Like
crazy. And the way that
that's
they are, the offensive scheme, how they're using motion and isolating people, and the decisions are almost easy for him. But man, he's throwing some fucking dots though. On some of these passes are harder than you'd expect, and man, he is slanging them. I'm like,
But
good.
yeah, we also can't discount the fact that we got Brown, like, on the other
Oh
side.
no, that's what I'm saying. And like, with I'm saying with the talent, you think about this. So you can go down a list, and you could say, and people that we have right now that will be on this team 3 years from now, just three
No,
years.
I just meant like that opens up so the Slim Reaper Devontae, isn't the only option.
Yeah,
Like where they, yeah. So now you have problems on both sides of the ball in the receiver position.
yeah, man, it's just nuts. And the way the cap space is managed and the way they're able to do stuff. I mean, I personally think, yeah, you pay Jalen as soon as possible. The sooner the better. Honestly, you're probably going to need to pay. You can't ride it out on Devontae Smith too long, but they all get along so well. It's just interesting. This team, the way they play, the way they interact with each other. I mean, obviously, it's my favorite team, so I'm like, oh man. But I feel like the core nucleus that they have is extremely young. They're a majority of them are under contract across a myriad of positions, from receiver to tight end to offensive lineman to we have our two arguably the best 1-2 receiver duo, like big physical small route runner, and they're both locked up for like at least 3-4 more years. Well, we have 5 out of Brown, and then we've got at least 3 more after this year of Devontae Smith, just on the deals that they're signed to. And then we pay Jalen. I mean, I could just say I could see Jalen being like, look man, I'll take 3 years and not looking for some crazy 10-year 450. I could see him being like, give me like the Kirk Cousins route. Give me 3 years, 86 or 90 million, 100% guaranteed. No ifs, ands, or buts. And so
90 million a year.
no, 90 million over 3, so 30.
No, fuck that. He's
With
gonna get more than that.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying some sort of deal like that. Obviously, that price has gone up. But when Kirk Cousins signed originally and was signed to the Vikings, he signed some 3-year, 89
Yeah.
or 96 million dollar deal, 100% guaranteed. And then he re-signed again for another hundred and something million after that. The dude's got stupid money. So I mean, if I don't know, I could see Jalen not saying make me the highest paid quarterback in the league, and that's me
Yeah.
being wishful, but I could see it happening.
I was gonna say I bet the other 6 teams in the NFC that are gonna make the playoffs hope Philly gets the number 1 seed, so they don't have to get one, like they don't have to play them and get bounced like one and done.
Yeah, I mean, whoever we play is gonna have to come into the link in the cold weather.
Ooh, it's chilly.
That place is gonna be rowdy as fuck. Like honestly, if depending on who it is, if the Cowboys and Eagles play at that stadium,
We gotta go.
I
We
might
gotta go.
I can afford it. I will buy a fucking plane ticket and go to that game and buy a ticket. I will have to. I'd have to.
Yeah,
This team is
we
just
we,
too good.
we could stay at my godmother's house.
Bro, let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. I'm not even kidding you. It's either that,
Yeah.
or I gotta go to Vegas and put some crazy bet down on it and be like, all the money it would cost me to go to the game, I gotta place on like, just like all sorts of prop bets and shit. Just sit there and slam shit. They're just playing so good. It's wild. I think 2.0. I don't know where he is, man. See a
Oh, he's
lot.
coming in. He's coming in. I saw the mute button come off.
Oh, I had to call him out, dude. The boy under the stairs.
What up?
Damn.
How's it going?
You got a
What's
little beard growing, dude.
Yeah.
What
you
is
like
that? What is that?
Is that a beard?
I don't know what the
No,
fuck
that's
that
me
is.
being lazy and not shaving for a couple days.
Sure. No. How are you, sir? How's life treating you?
Pretty good. I didn't have any finals this year. I just had 2 presentations that I got done on Fridays, so I've just been not doing anything for the
This
last couple
this
days.
this is what's wrong with America. The Gen Zs. They don't even have finals anymore.
No, dude, he grinds his ass off. He's just super smart. So you can call him a nerd, but he's good. He's good because he's a nerd. But he's too smart. He doesn't have to do anything like that. He's beyond it. We give you something to do, but we can't because you're too smart. Get out of here. Enjoy your Christmas. Get the fuck out of here, you bright son of a bitch. Well, that's good. Talk to your greater half, because did you guys see there was a tornado in fucking Grapevine? That shit was.
Oh, I saw in New Orleans.
There was one in Grapevine, bro. It destroyed like the Sam's Club. It like ripped a hole through the ceiling. A bunch of gas stations, a little shitty gas station off Northwest Highway over by the Sonic and shit. The little like one you could like, oh, I'm gonna wash my car, but I'm really just like smoking weed. That one, that those lights got ripped out of the ground. All sorts of shit. It's wild.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, well, maybe 2 days before that, they repealed a bunch of stuff in the student handbook about discrimination. So I was like, maybe it's just like God being like, this is what I think of your Sam's Club, bigoted town, and then, but, that's for later in the evening. But I honestly did. And I left for work early that day, so I was leaving like super early, and it was normally dark, but the sky was orange, and I was like, why is the sky orange? And I got in my car and drove off. This was like 6:45 in the morning, and I got to work, and someone was like, "Hey man, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" Like, there's a tornado. It was very close vicinity, very close vicinity. So I was.
You just never saw it.
No, I left before it happened. I left maybe, like I said, I was leaving at 6:45 in the morning, and the sky was bright orange, like it was weird looking, which can't be a good sign.
I've seen it where like the sky turns green, like when a tornado's there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's so eerie.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, maybe it's the apocalypse. Well, I want to be late. Better get there. Yeah, get that shit done. And took off, and so I beat it. So it destroyed like part of my route to home. So there's like trees and like poles ripped the fuck out of the ground and thrown all over the place. It was super crazy. All right, where's my notes? Well, it's good to have you guys back. It's been a while. All right. So I want to talk about this. It's been like a hot topic. Michael Parsons was running his mouth saying, is it Jalen Hurts or is it the team, and who's better, and is Hurts really the MVP? What do you guys think about this shit? I think that it's a combination of the two, but Hurts has definitely been that good. Because if we had someone else at quarterback, I don't think we'd be playing this well. I don't know. I think he's like perfect.
I tell Parsons, go shut your mouth and worry about your own quarterbacks because they suck.
What do you think? I mean, I don't know if we can ask Joe. He's a Russell Wilson fan. He's all about letting Russ cook.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely a combination of both. Like, you need to have your good weapons around you to succeed and have success in the offense, but like you can't bring in like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a bad quarterback. You can't bring in Russell Wilson and have this same success that the Eagles are having.
Yeah, do you think the Broncos are a playoff team if they have Jalen Hurts at quarterback? Let's say they're 100% healthy to start the year. Your defense and everything, because you guys have a top 5 defense right now. It's your offense that fucking sucks. I think if you guys scored 18 points a game or more, you guys would be like 11-2 or something. Some crazy stat, but you guys can't score like 2 touchdowns and a field goal. But
I think Russ is a bad comp because Russ can move, or he just doesn't do it anymore.
Well, no, but I'm saying he's playing so bad. Even throwing the ball, though, he's throwing the ball. He has more bathrooms than he does. No, he really does. He has more bathrooms than he does touchdown passes. And I said, whenever I heard that, I was like, geez, that's crazy because this dude's only trying to poop once a week. Why do you need this many bathrooms if you're only trying to poop once a week? That's fucking weird. That's just.
Do you think he rotates on the bathrooms? Like,
it makes me think it's a struggle, and like he's constantly like on the verge of shitting his pants. So wherever he is at his house, That's where he's like. It's like he's like, I'm gonna try not to break the seal, but if I do, 12 feet away, I got a fucking golden toilet. And Sierra, crack the door. Crack the door for me. Just keep it open. There's no locked doors in that house. You're not allowed, because he can't shit his pants on the foyer, because you locked the bathroom door. It's not how this works. This is Russ's house. Let Russ cook. And right now my stomach's cooking, and it's straight bubble guts. Okay.
He was playing good, and then he got knocked out.
Well,
he did play good.
But I mean, we've seen him play some decently competitive games, but they still moving the ball between the end zones doesn't mean shit. I made it to the red zone 5 times. I have 5 interceptions and 2 fumbles, and I scored once. That'd be a shitty quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not living up to the contract that he signed.
No. But I mean, yeah,
it could be like one of the worst deals ever if this doesn't turn around.
But I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Is just, do you think that the Bucs are playing better if Jalen Hurts is their quarterback than Tom Brady right now?
Oh yeah, I think Tom Brady's he's like a zombie out there. Like, I mean, well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like you couldn't bring Tom Brady into the Eagles and then run the same offense, or you couldn't bring in there's a lot of quarterbacks that couldn't do what Jalen Hurts does, and I think what he the qualities or the different skills that he's bringing to the table allow for the offense to operate the way it does.
No, and I agree. But I think, I could see the Broncos being in the playoffs if they have him playing that, because with the weapons that they have, they would be better. Like, they'd be utilizing those weapons more. Right now, they're not using them for shit. And yeah, Russ can run a little bit, but he doesn't. I mean, I don't think that you could put him. I think that the Bucs might be more competitive. Their run game would be better. They can't run the ball for shit. That's why Tom Brady's having to chuck the ball 55 times. But the efficiency, I think that's why I asked that question, is like, would this team be playing better? Because you could say if Carr isn't on the Raiders and he's on the Bucs, are the Bucs playing better football right now? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, probably, right? But if you say Jalen, people are like, and he's playing better than both of those dudes right now.
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, he's so much better than both of them.
No, I know. I mean, even, but people always bring up his running, but throwing the ball, he's the highest rated pocket quarterback right now in the league as well, which is a big. Right. So I'm just saying, like, I think that overall people like Micah Parsons saying, is it the scheme or him? It's like, dude, he's putting up ridiculous numbers.
He is the scheme, homie.
Yeah, I mean, the way they've pieced this team together is nuts. And he's just like, he's not a bus driver, man. He's like a race car driver, and they have built together this race car, but like, he's one of the few people that could actually drive this fucking thing to its full capability. Because some of these passes that he's thrown, these over-the-shoulder dots, that 4th and 1, 41-yard touchdown pass, even though the rules allow you to not really rock Devontae Smith on that catch. I mean, you couldn't throw that ball any better. Right, and then he catches it and just walks in, and there's only maybe 3 or 4 dudes who could actually drop that in a bucket like that in the league, I think.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to bet. I mean, we all did. The whole world did to bet on the MVP.
Yeah.
And I thought about it with Jalen Hurts like weeks ago, and it's just like, then I thought it was like, because he was looking like the top 3 favorite. And then now it's like he's just playing so good. I bet it. Like, I haven't looked at it, but I bet it's the odds aren't
the favorite right now.
Oh yeah. No, I think it was in week. What was it, like 4 weeks ago? He was plus 650, and now he's like minus 160 as favorite. So the odds were plus 650 if you bet for him to win MVP like 4 or 5 weeks ago. And it's just skyrocketed. And that's what I was saying. I'm almost glad they lost that game to Washington, had that hiccup, and then they had another close, tight game on the road and pulled that game out. And then since that Colts game, it's just like boom, 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 boom. The offense is just moving. These blocks are crazy. They're tossing people left and right. It's epic. All right, well, I'm done ranting about it. But they're super great. They're super great right now. The Eagles are so good right now, and it makes me super happy. Kyler Murray blew his knee out. Did you guys see that? That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's sad. I mean, it sucks. That team is just in such disarray. I think they got to fire. I mean, do you think they fire Cliff Kingsbury? Do you think they have to fire him? I think they have.
No,
Didn't they
they
just
don't
sign
have
him
to.
an extension?
Yeah, 5-year extension.
Yeah,
Um,
they're always quick to jump the gun, where everyone
yeah.
is.
Ryan Russillo was at that game, and he said when Kyler went down that he's never been in a stadium in his life where it was like that silent. Like, if you thought there was nobody in the stadium, like, he wouldn't blame you because that's how freaked out they were.
That's crazy. And he went down with no contact.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like pull a clip or anything because I don't like to show that shit. But like I mean, just running no contact. And even the video, you can see it kind of give, but it's not like overly dramatic. You know, we've seen people where you're like, whoa, that was really rough. You know, like Tristan Wirfs for the Bucks when that guy got tossed onto him like 2 weeks ago from behind. It was like, oh my God, that looked so bad. But I mean, it's nuts. No contact. His wheels are a big part of it. That's going to be a tough rehab.
Yeah.
They just paid that dude. I mean, he's out at least a year. Well, I mean, off season, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, if he loses his mobility, I think that really takes away from his overall game as well.
No, I think like it's the standard is like usually a year recovery for the ACL, and then it's like another year to just get back to where you were.
Yeah, you still got to wear a knee brace the whole time. Like, will definitely affect him. So, I don't know.
It's a super lost year for the Cards. I mean, it's disappointing because there's a lot of people that thought. I mean, I look like an idiot. I mean, I thought the Bucks still might not make the playoffs, and the Chargers are out of it, but Cowboys are obviously in, or about to be in. And I said the Niners wouldn't make it, and now the Niners are still in it, even with Brock Purdy, who I remember at Iowa State because he was pretty good. I was like, dude, this guy kind of lights it up, and I always root against Texas. But the Niners look like pretty fucking legit.
Not to rub salt on the wound, but the Chargers are in really good position to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I know. I know everyone's healthy.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is that.
They play the Titans, Colts, Rams, and Broncos the last 4 games of the season.
Titans are still in the playoff hunt, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think they already secured the division. I think so.
You're gonna bet against Baker? You're gonna bet against Baker Mayfield and the Los Angeles Rams?
Dude,
yes, every time.
People are freaking out here about that. They're like, "Oh, so good to see him back out there." And like,
really, people are pumped.
Yeah, dude. It was like, then I just had to send in like the video of him getting like tackled by the cop when he tried to run.
Yeah,
he's in Oklahoma.
Yeah, just like spear tackled.
I was like, this is the guy we're talking about, right?
Yeah, this guy, the guy with the shitty pop lock, like the dad,
yeah.
the mega dad in training.
What I was gonna say is, Jalen is minus 150 right now.
Oh, right. I said minus 160. I was close. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, but Nick Sirianni is also on there. I was just trying to parlay Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, but they won't let you do that. They call that stacking. It's like you can't parlay like who's gonna win the semifinals and then the finals because it's like the odds change if that team that you pick for the semifinals makes it to the finals. So.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, well, Sirianni's almost a lock to win Coach of the Year.
Yeah, his odds are minus 400.
Dang, so he's pretty much a lock. I mean, I think that the Eagles still keep playing people as well. But no, I mean, you know, shout out Kyler Murray. It's super sad, and that you don't like to see people get hurt. That sucks. There's been, you know, it's all this turf controversy. I remember when everybody wanted turf, and now nobody wants turf. And you know, the Cardinals play on grass, so he did get hurt on grass. It's about 50-50 split on these knee injuries between grass and turf. But you hate to see it, man. He just got paid. He's super young, super talented, and hopefully it doesn't take away from his game long term because that would be pretty shitty.
I mean, at least he got the bag.
Yeah, no, he did get the bag. He is full of bag.
And if he doesn't get back to it, then he can go just play Major League Baseball.
I'm playing the video of Russell Wilson when everything's on fire. Broncos country, let's ride. Do you bring him back if he's able to play? I don't know, man. I think you just be like, hey, look.
For this game or next season?
Well, I mean, you think you have to bring him back for next season. He's so much in dead cap space. You can't.
No, you're asking about Russ right now, right?
Yeah. Like, do you sit him for the year?
Broncos country, let's ride.
I don't think you sit him for the year, but I don't think you play him this week.
Yeah.
Like, this season's already gone. We've been eliminated from the playoffs already. Make sure he gets healthy and he can actually do something next season.
I bet he lights it up next year, man.
We still have Nathaniel Hackett. He won't.
Nat Hackett's not going anywhere. How dare you?
God damn it.
God damn it. I know where you are. I'm Detective Nat Hackett. 13 years on the force. Took my badge. Punched a kid. Oh my goodness. I mean, I have the ability, I save all the old videos, so there's just like random clips. So there's the bear clip. That clip still freaks me the fuck out. The guy walking in, fighting a bear. Fighting a fucking bear.
Yeah, I watched that. It didn't freak me out at all. It was a little tiny bear.
The idea of being on the side of a mountain and having...
That's where you fucked up. You fucked up. You're the one who put yourself in a position on a mountain.
I'm not going on a mountain, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not that stupid, but somebody is. And the idea of it, if it's like, hey, let's go on a little hike. Because when I lived in Colorado, man, you could go wander around on some hikes and you'd see some wild shit pretty close. Pretty close to where you were without looking for it. You'd be like, oh, damn, that's a big-ass moose. Let's get back in the car and get the fuck out of here. Or you could be driving up to Breckenridge and see a huge bear just, like, hanging out on the side of the road, and then it takes off into the woods. I'll never forget, and I'm not even exaggerating. It probably went 60 feet in, like, 3 seconds. It was like, go, and it was just gone. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, we're going to go hiking. I was like, I do not want to go out in that. That thing's in the parking lot right now. It literally is in the parking lot. I think it drove here. I'm not fucking going up there. I don't know, man. That'd freak me out. Even a little bear would beat your ass. A house cat. I feel like
right.
Bruh, you think you could take a little bear? You think you could take a little bear?
I could take 3 little bears. And I'm Goldilocks up in this bitch.
I'm talking about like
forage.
This. I'm saying this thing wants to fuck you up. I'm not saying it's some little bitch ass bear. This bear wants to fuck you up.
That's what you kind of did say.
I'm not talking. Okay, and it's a 2. You think you could take a bear that's your own body weight?
No.
What about you? 2.0.
No.
No, they have like claws and shit, and like teeth.
No way, man. Anything that's wild like that has a potential to fuck me up. This one, so like part of just life, especially being a black guy, it's risk management. It's like crisis aversion. I'm like, do I go into the woods late at night with this goofy guy who wants to like go out there and eat mushrooms? I'd be like, no, man, there's bears out there. Fuck that. Right? I'm not going to do that shit.
Yeah. Like taking mushrooms in the woods at night sounds terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Bears are not.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I'm not gonna do that. That's a red flag. Now, yeah, if you're at the point where some weird guy's like, "Hey, come take some mushrooms in the woods," like you got to rethink a lot of decisions that led up to that. That's not that's not the first red flag. I'm sure of it.
I mean, that's how Nat Hackett got rid of the bodies. Like he'd be like, "Hey, let's go into the woods, take some mushrooms.
Help me move this tarp, and don't ask any damn questions. It's a little heavy. It's got a rug in it." I'm like, Jesus, Nat. Are you hungry? I want to go to White Castle.
Do they have those in Colorado?
No. So it would be, I want to go to Good Times. Good Times is lit. Shout out Good Times for sure. Bang, bang, bang. There's this Good Times that's across. It's like I know this is off topic, but fuck it.
Yeah, no shit.
There's eat a dick. There's this spot where there's a hippie deadhead bar right on Colfax, like right there on the corner. Then across from it is the Fillmore Center, and it's this big venue, and they have all sorts of shit there. I saw Project Pat there, saw 21 Savage there, I saw like all sorts of random. But then they'll be like Kesha, Project Pat, like it's like the lineups are weird throughout the week, but they have everyone there. Then across the street from that is an abandoned building where they sell crack and other drugs. And then across the street from that...
Why are you blowing up the spot?
Oh, dude, it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. I think Joe knows exactly where I'm talking about. And across the street on East Colfax, there's a Good Times right there. And it's open super fucking late. Like, Good Times is open till like 4. Some wild shit. And that one's open mega late. But they're really small, and you have to get wound through this parking lot. Well, whenever there's like a Kesha concert or any type of concert, you have this concert let out. You have all these hippies on drugs and stuff that are all fucked up wandering around the street. You got the crack guys across the street selling drugs to the deadhead people. And if you're in this parking lot, it's just like the scariest thing that you could ever be a part of waiting for a burger, because they all wander in this huge parking lot and commingle, and you just see the weirdest shit in your entire life. Like, I've seen the weirdest stuff and the weirdest people. It's not even to like pull from that old Chappelle joke. It's almost like being in Jurassic Park, because you're just fucking surrounded by all these different people. It's like sensory fucking overload. And the cops just let it happen. They're like 2 blocks down. They just hang out. Oh, and on the other side of Good Times is the gay bar. That's what it is. So it's like this huge, just like crazy crackhead drug dealing. I don't know. Sorry, you said Good Times. When I think about Good Times,
sounds fun. Sounds fun. Man.
It's
sounds like Good Times.
It's fucking wild because the food's delicious. The food's absolutely incredible for burgers and fast food burgers. It's great. But dude, that one, it's on East Colfax. I think it's like East Colfax and Washington or something like that.
Well, shout out the Trap House.
Oh, bro, that area. Denver's pretty wild, man. There's some wild shit that goes on in Denver, and I don't think people realize Denver's got some shit that goes down, like pretty fucking crazy, to say the least. Anyways, what else do I have for topics? Did you guys watch either of the clips? I guess there's this guy. I don't know what happened. There's this guy, Clipper Darrell. I'm not a Clippers fan, but supposedly this guy has tickets. He's like Clippers royalty. Was walking into the basketball game and got punched and knocked out by a security guard.
Yep.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
That guy's gonna sue the fuck out of him.
Maybe not. Maybe he did something fucked up. Have you seen that guy? He looks like somebody who would take somebody out in the woods and like eat him. Like, he is a creep.
Jesus.
He's like a Jeffrey Dahmer.
I think he's just a brother who likes basketball. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you, okay, let's say 50-50 shot getting a big chunk of money, would you risk it and get punched by a security guard? I don't think 50-50 shot.
I'm already taking Joey Bag of Donuts to the Octagon. That's not going to be for free.
Like, I wonder, not that I would do it, but like how far you could antagonize a security guard of like a cowboy.
To punch you?
Yeah, to punch you to where you could still sue them. There's got to be some line, right?
I don't know. I think security guards might have like a hall pass on punching people.
That's what I'm saying. So to like be able, he knocked.
He could just punch you.
But I mean, I don't know though. I don't think they.
He's like, I'm a security guard, and you were acting up, so I punched you. That's what I'm here for.
No, I think the cops at the stadium, if it's an off-duty cop, but I don't think some like mall security guard can like punch you in the face.
I don't know, but also it would be it's on national TV, so they would have like a bunch of cameras to determine if he just randomly fucked you up, or if you antagonized him.
The video, it didn't look like he really antagonized him too much. I mean, you can't hear it. It's a camera view far away, but he's sitting there talking to him. And then this dude just rears back. And now he does kind of like, he pushes him and he kind of like does that arm move, that like patented arm move where everybody goes and pushes and you just like swim it off. And you're like, whoa, bro, you better watch out. But instead, then that dude just fucking cold clocks him, dude, and like into a trash can. And it's not like this guy's
where he belongs, bro.
They're saying his new name's gonna be Laker Daryl now. He's gonna give up on the Clippers, or Moneybag Daryl.
Well, it's the same stadium, so like it's the same security guys gonna be right there.
Change suits. I mean, but I've always been fascinated with those guys who like go off the deep end with it. And like they're like every week we're here and I wear the same shit, and you know that's like to be a caricature, but like you don't get paid for it. I feel like he had to have been getting free tickets. I don't think he was breaking into games.
I don't know, dude. Why free tickets?
Well, I mean, I feel like if you make homemade suits and show up to basketball games enough, people like Steve Ballmer are going to be like, here, take some tickets. You're extreme and badass. I love you. Raw. And then he's going to give him free tickets because he's kind of like, you know, a wiener.
I think I just watched that video. Clipper Daryl, like, probably was like, yo, dude, I don't need a ticket. And he's like, yeah, you do.
It's wild, man. He punches that dude. He knocks him the fuck out.
They're like clearly not letting anybody go through that area. It's like the security guards are like in like a line, and he's like trying to get around security. And he's like, I don't know or care who fuck Clipper Daryl is.
Boom, bro.
It says he's a season ticket holder since 2000.
Yeah,
that's not that long.
22 years, bro.
Some people say that people hate him. There's
like,
a bunch
I would have had to been doing that since I was 14 if I had to get 22 seasons.
Some people say he's the most hated Clippers fan.
That's saying a lot. Because like Billy Crystal, Steve Ballmer.
Really, Billy Crystal would be the most hated Clippers fan?
I don't know. There's not very many of them.
Yeah, dude, that guy got knocked the fuck out. That's wild. That's super crazy. I don't know, and it's crypto arena. I don't know. I don't think you can go around punching people and knocking them out, especially as a security guard. There's got to be rules for that. But yeah, dude, that guy got knocked the fuck out. That's wild. Although that was a pretty slow punch. That wasn't that fast. He kind of like
could be in slow motion.
No, not even the slow mo. There's a full speed and then there's slow motion. And the full speed, like he teased that up. Okay, that's wild because he sits there and like puts his hand on him and like rears it back and stares at him. That was like almost dramatic, almost like it's staged, bro, to suit the Clippers. Anyways,
maybe
before we get into bets, because we need to recap. Did y'all place any bets during the time off or no?
I did yesterday. I bet the Lakers and the under.
Okay.
And they had this crazy comeback against the Celtics. And then AD goes to the line, misses 2 free throws, and then they run it down. The Celtics do, tie the game, goes to overtime, so that's going to fuck up the under, and then the Lakers lose anyways. But they had the game in the bag, and they let them off the hook.
Yeah, I mean, they are who we thought they were.
Yeah, and it was like a plus some crazy amount of, like, I forget exactly, but it was like a lot. It was like a plus 1,100 parlay.
Oh, if they won?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, because I did it. I also bet the Jazz over the Pelicans and the under. Parlayed that with the Lakers and the under. Jazz played just a little bit earlier. That they won, hit the under, and then the Lakers are winning with less than a minute left, and the under they're way under. So it was the four-team parlay. Yeah, it was like plus like fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all that I placed. I know I placed the Cardinals money line. Obviously, Kyler Murray getting hurt kind of screwed that.
Yeah.
Why are you betting on the Cardinals?
Dolphins spread, because the Chargers are awful, but apparently so are the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are overhyped, man.
Then I did take the Panthers spread, so that was a win.
Okay. Do the Panthers make the playoffs? Who makes the playoffs out of that division right now?
Falcons.
It's close.
The Falcons. The Bucks have a 1-game lead over the Falcons and the Panthers, who are tied.
Yeah, but the Bucks might not win another game this season.
Yeah, but what if the Panthers getting rid of everybody, trading people away, and then they go make the playoffs? And then that's the team that plays the Cowboys. That could be a scary team. If the Panthers are the team they play in the first round, they have to go into Carolina outdoors and play.
Oh, like the Texans are a scary team to the Cowboys, apparently. So,
hey, they ran the ball all over us, so we can't. We can only talk so much shit. We beat the fuck out of them, but they ran the ball all over us early in that game.
Yeah, I feel like out of the NFC South, it's either the Bucks or the Panthers.
And if they're tied, the Panthers have the tiebreaker. I think they play one more time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they play one more game, and they might be the last game of the year.
That's usually how that goes.
No.
Or the
they
Saints.
Already played twice.
Oh, they did?
Panthers and Falcons split the series.
Oh, okay. That'd be nuts. That'd be awesome if the Panthers made it and the Bucks were out. I need the Bucks to not make it. Otherwise, I just look wrong with all my bold predictions, and I'll be fucked. I'm fucked. I need one of them. Otherwise, I missed on all 4. Shit. I looked so right for a bit, and now I'm looking wrong. All right, well, let's get into your picks. Do we have a recap for the picks you did before the week before, or no? Or are we just gonna breeze past it?
Oh. Let me pull it up. So that was. There it is. So the Chargers at Raiders, we took over 50.5. That did not hit. The Raiders won 27-20. Obviously, the total over did not come in. There were a couple of missed opportunities there, which to put some more points on the board, but is what it is. Then we had the Dolphins at the 49ers. We had the 49ers -4, which hit pretty easily. I don't remember the exact score off the top of my head, but that game was a pretty big blowout. And we had the teaser, the Ravens to -3 hosting the Broncos. That did not hit because Lamar Jackson got hurt. Ravens did end up winning the game, but only by 1 point. The Browns at the Texans, it teased the Browns from -7 to -1. That did hit. Same thing with teasing the Cowboys from -11 to -5 hosting the Colts. So that would have won, but Ravens, Lamar Jackson just had to go get hurt.
Yeah.
And then the Commanders at Giants. I took the Giants money line, so that was just a push.
Yeah.
So.
Would you go get their goods?
I peed and then I got a bag of chips while I was up.
That's good. That's the correct order. I'm gonna get some chips and go pee and eat.
That's what Nat Hack would do
at the same time. Because Russ never uses this bathroom.
He hasn't had the opportunity.
That's true. He's got so many. And
you don't. So few.
Hey, you're feeling better, right, man? We're glad you're back. I missed your ass, dude. I know. I'm just saying, we were worried. So we're glad you're good. The goodie's back. I forgot to say that. I titled this one Back for the First Time. Because that was like our longest pause, or time off. So it's like we're back for the first time.
That's right.
Like that Ludacris album. Great album, Back for the First Time.
Shout out.
Shout out.
So, did you do your picks for this week?
Is someone knocking on a door?
Yeah, 1 second.
Someone knock somebody out like the Clipper Daryl.
Oh, look out, dude. Someone's knocking on his under the stairs door. It looks like he's hiding underneath a bed. Just because of the position of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
like he's like laying down underneath and like, hey, I'm going to do this podcast, but I can't be too loud.
Is it not? Is it actually under the stairs?
No, it just looked. It's just the wood grain above it makes it look like he's like hiding somewhere.
Dude, he's gripping wood grain. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. He's
wood grain gripping.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
I thought I was going crazy. I thought I heard like a little knock, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Who's knocking on my door?
No, we haven't done picks yet, so we normally do yours first. So let's do yours for this week, Mr. Bookie Two Shoes parlay picks. That's
right, baby.
Working title?
No.
That's it? You've changed it a couple times.
I thought you meant Mr. Bookie Two Shoes. Is that a working title? It's like, nah.
Okay.
I snatched that up real quick. All right. So for the favorite 7-team parlay, 17 favorite parlay, I should say. This total comes out to a plus 998 if you hit all 7. Bills at home over Miami minus 350. Bengals at Tampa Bay minus 200. Cowboys at Jacksonville minus 210. Eagles at Chicago minus 420.
Hey.
Vikings at home over the Colts minus 210. Chiefs at Houston minus 950. Does that make you feel good, Cowboys fans? And then I added in Argentina over France minus 110. However, that wasn't technically a favorite because right now it's basically a pick 'em. They're both at minus 110. But just let it slide. So that is Bills, Bengals, Cowboys, Eagles, Vikings, Chiefs, and Argentina.
Viva Messi.
Okay, and then now on to the long shot 3-team parlay. The total on this baby is 1,000 plus 1,542 if it hits. That's a lot of cheddar. Giants at Washington plus 180. Ravens at Cleveland plus 130. And then the Seahawks at home with the 12th man in the stands over the Niners plus 155. It ain't so purdy, is it?
I like that.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
You don't like him?
It was some stupid fantasy shit. Like, and it didn't even matter. I was out of the playoff. I just wanted to really beat this guy, and he swooped up Purdy, and that was like the difference.
And Purdy lit it the fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't have a quarterback going. Like all of them are on bye. Yeah.
He's one of those where he's like, I got the 3 best quarterbacks, and you're like, yeah, they're all on the same bye. So 1 week you're gonna not have one, and you're gonna be.
Well, it's a dynasty league, so like, you never know.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forget you have your bougie dynasty league. You're out of the playoffs in that.
Yeah, I had a tough year. I ended up 6-7.
I was like, you're gonna do an Elwood and be like, God, my fantasy team.
No.
He's at a wrestling match right now, like some televised. Yeah, that's crazy. He's like, we're on our way out there. Look for us. I was like, yeah, do you have a sign? They didn't. I was like, man, you gotta have a sign. Like, you can't go to a wrestling match and not have a sign.
Well, back to Mr. Bookie Bets.
Sorry, I just because you said fantasy team, then
yeah.
Shut up.
Okay. What I was noticing though on these picks is a lot of like road favorites. So like Bengals on the road, Cowboys on the road, Eagles on the road, Chiefs on the road. Like, so that's a little risky, but maybe that's why I'm getting like basically plus 1,000 on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, makes sense.
Like if these teams were playing at home, like these lines would be completely different.
Yes, definitely, absolutely. It's just like, yeah, it's a lot of road games.
It is.
Bengals at Tampa, yep. They're probably gonna
And then two of the three on the long shot road games.
Yeah, I mean, Giants at Washington. The Giants looked really bad. I think that's going to be rough. And whoever's playing,
I'm hoping for a bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like them to be as competitive. I just want everybody to be playing for the Eagles next week. When I go to the game on Christmas Eve, I want everybody. I don't want it to be like, oh, all the Cowboys lose 3 games in 1, and now we're gonna play Gardner Minshew. I'd still have fun, but I want to see them like everybody play and hopefully beat the shit out of them.
Mustache rides from Minshew,
bruh.
If you need them,
bruh. Yeah, I'd like those. That long shot's pretty good though.
Yeah,
because I mean Cleveland.
Deshaun Watson looks like he doesn't know how to play football.
Yeah, I call bullshit. I feel like he's like they're like, all right, don't play as bad as you can for the rest of for the season because everybody hates you because you're a dick. No. I mean, he hasn't played in a long time. It's been a long time since he's played, so he's definitely going to be rusty. But I mean, I feel like everybody's rooting against the Browns right now, which is fair. So, but the Ravens are all sorts of banged up. Seahawks at home. I mean, the Seahawks were playing good. Then they looked bad. The Niners, I mean, I don't think that Purdy's going to be able to take them to the Super Bowl.
Well, he might fucking shit his pants, just like when that crowd gets going. You know, this will be his first, road game as a starter.
Oh yeah, I'm sure their fans were calling all audibles for him while he was out there playing at home for his first game. Everyone's like, shh. It's gonna be pretty loud up there, and the Seahawks need it. They need to win or win out or damn near win out to be competitive to make it into the playoffs. So, as they've lost some gimmies. All right, 2.0. Well, those are goodies bets, by the way. Those are good. I like those, man. I like that plus 15.
Yeah.
Now we're on to 2.0's picks. The Robot Man. The Nat Hackett love boy.
No. So just got 3 picks here. Obviously have not been doing very well recently. I'll be the first one to say that. So gonna
the robot is broken
until we can figure this out. Are you booing me?
Yeah, how'd you know? Because you saw me go.
Yeah.
My robot doesn't work.
I'm still tweaking it. It's a work in process.
He's tweaking his bots.
All right, so first off, we got the Texans at the Chiefs. We're going under 49 total points here. Might seem a little scary, but the Chiefs did have a slight scare last week against the Broncos. The Broncos almost came back, but that was only because Patrick Mahomes threw those 3 interceptions.
Oh.
So the Broncos had 4 touchdowns in that game after having 3 touchdowns all in November. That says a lot.
That's right.
Dude,
so the Chiefs do have their sights on the Super Bowl, and they know they're not going to get there playing like they did last week. So I think there's going to be a very large emphasis on the defense, even more so than regular. And it should be a pretty easy spot for them to do so. As far as the total goes, only 3 games for the Texans have gone over this 49 points, and now Dameon Pierce is listed as doubtful. He only accounts for 80% of their total ground game, and I don't think Davis Mills is going to be able to make up for that lack of production that they're missing there. So I don't think the Texans are going to be able to score that much. I expect the Chiefs to come in, get a big lead in the first half, and then just focus on running the ball in the second half. They don't need a repeat of what happened last week against the Broncos, throwing those interceptions and letting them come back into the game. This is also the Chiefs' 3rd straight road game, so it really feels like they're just a get in, get the win, and get out type of deal.
Yeah.
So what was the bet? It was take the under.
Yeah, under 49 total points.
Did you buy any points or just?
No, I didn't. You can buy points if you want to get it up to 49.5. So you get I'm not gonna do that math right now, but yeah. You can.
Okay.
Okay, what's your next one?
So we're going on a 3-leg teaser here.
Ooh.
We're teasing the Steelers. So Steelers at the Panthers. We're teasing the Steelers from +3 to +9. We got the Rams at the Packers. We're teasing the Packers -7 to -1. We got the Cardinals at the Broncos. We're teasing the Cardinals +3 to +9. So a quick little breakdown of each game here. So Panthers have been playing well since getting rid of Baker Mayfield, and Kenny Pickett won't be playing for the Steelers, but I don't think Mitch Trubisky is that much is a substantial drop off from Kenny Pickett. This will be an easier matchup for them than going up against the Ravens. The Panthers aren't as good on defense, and the Steelers do have a good run defense for themselves, so it'll force the Panthers to rely on Sam Darnold and his arm to beat them, but I don't know if he'll be able to do that. Panthers also struggle on third down mightily, so that'll give some opportunities for TJ Watt to have some good opportunities to make a couple big plays there. So the spread is 3. I don't like the Steelers. I don't like betting the game at +3, but at +9, I don't know if I think the Steelers can keep it competitive enough to cover that number.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because the Panthers have been really wearing people down, moving Sam Darnold around. That'd be hilarious if they had Sam Bradford out there. But yeah, they've been running, like when the games that they've dominated, they really pound the ball. They're not blowing people out. And those games are always pretty competitive. Panthers are tough. Steelers are always going to be a tough, hard-nosed team and play other teams tough. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I could see easily +9. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I almost put the Steelers in my long shot parlay, but I stayed away.
All right. And then what's your next one in that?
So is the Rams at the Packers. Packers from -7 to -1. So Baker Mayfield did have a storybook game last week, coming in, sent 48 hours on the Rams to beat the Raiders, but this is still a bad offense. Going into Green Bay to play a primetime game, and Green Bay has arguably one of the best home field advantages in all of football. It's going to be cold too. It's going to be outdoors. Weather's not going to be good for them. So I don't expect the Rams to have the same success that they did last week. They're also playing the Raiders, and the Raiders are just not a good football team. And
Garbage.
But
yes.
more than bad team, they're choke artists. They let teams like clown them at the last second.
It's true. Yeah, if you took the Raiders offense and put it with the Broncos defense, that team would be super tough. Or it'd be a scary fucking team. Like they're both because Devonta Adams leads the league in reception touchdowns. Like they have all the numbers in the world, but yeah, they're fucking choke artists. They're awful. They're so bad. I can't believe I picked them to be maybe in the playoffs. Fuck.
So that's that game. And then for the Cardinals-Broncos game, so as we talked about earlier, Kyler Murray did tear his ACL, which means Colt McCoy is going to be starting for the Cardinals. But in terms of backups, he's one of the best backups in the league.
No,
he's 3-2 as a starter over the last 2 years, and those 3 wins all came on the road. Don't know who's going to be the quarterback for the Broncos. Based on how the line is, I don't think the books really care. Apart from last week, they've had the worst offense in football. Like I said earlier, they had 3 touchdowns all in November. So the fact that the Broncos are favored at home, I can see. I make this game closer to Broncos -1, -2. So I think teasing the Cardinals up to +9 it's a good play. And I don't think the Broncos can beat anybody by more than 9.
Yeah, that's rough. That's gonna be a rough game too, because your defense is great. The Broncos' defense is good, so they're gonna get after Colt McCoy. They're not gonna just give up points. But man, that's rough.
Side note: so the total for that game is 36. You take the over or the under on that game?
Under.
Think so? Even at 36?
36. That is so low.
Yeah, but I don't think that either of them really light it the fuck up. I think it's going to be a good matchup. The strength of what the Cardinals' offense is at this point is really their passing game and their skill position players on the outside. But the Broncos are just as deep as anybody at lining up man to man and being able to get after the quarterback. I mean, they're talking about a top 5 defense. If you take the offense out of it, that defense is really fucking good. That's always been their Achilles heel. Broncos always have a good defense. Their quarterback plays below average and subpar, and the team suffers. And then when they get somebody who's playing at a high level, they're super fucking competitive because they don't give up a lot of points. I mean,
where's this game being played at?
In Denver.
In Denver.
What's the weather?
No clue. Probably mid-40s.
You're just guessing the weather.
Yeah.
His computer told him that.
It's the mid-40s out here in LA right now.
Yeah, low 40s.
Snow or anything?
Huh?
Okay. I think take the over.
Interesting. I was just curious what your guys' thoughts were. So then for this last bet, we got a 3-leg money line parlay. They're taking the Bills money line. So the Dolphins are at the Bills. We're taking the Bills money line. Taking the Bengals money line at the Buccaneers. We're taking the Eagles money line at the Bears at plus 142. So with this first game, Tua and Tyreek don't really look healthy. They just on the West Coast for 2 weeks, got beat by the 49ers, got beat by the Chargers, and just haven't really looked like the same team that they always have been. This is also their 3rd straight road game, which is gonna take a pretty big toll on them as well. Then this little tidbit I found. So in their last 6 games, when the temperature is under 36 degrees, Dolphins are 0-6. And 5 of those losses have been by double digits. The forecasted temperature is like mid-20s or so. So it does play into it. But looking at the game itself, I think the Bills are just a better team here. They've been playing better. They have been struggling a little bit, but I think this is just a good situation for them to go get a win. Make up for that brutal loss that they had in Miami in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be an ass whooping, I think.
Yeah. Then for the Bengals at the Bucks. So another little tidbit here. So teams that have played the 49ers the week after they are 0-11 straight up. Which, yeah.
Wait, what?
So teams that have played the 49ers the week afterwards, they are 0-11.
This season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's because the Niners are just beating the shit out of people, like physically,
like limping back.
Yeah.
Too old for this shit.
So the Bucks did get blown out by the 49ers last week, obviously. Bengals are playing really well. They've won 7 of their last 8, including 5 in a row, and really look like the team that made it to the Super Bowl last year. I do think this will be a competitive game. The Bucks aren't just gonna lay down and let the Bengals run all over them. But I do expect the Bengals to come in to go into Tampa Bay and get the win.
Yeah, I don't think that game's competitive.
I don't like if you put it in like a vacuum. Like obviously the Bengals are gonna win, but it's just like the Bucks have just been they're just taking so many L's. It's like, at what point do they we're not gonna fucking lose this game? But no,
they look sloppy. I've been saying that for weeks, man. The way Tom Brady looks, he looks sloppy as fuck, and it's rubbed off on everyone. I was having an argument with somebody, like I always do, about just Tom Brady, and I'm like, he's got the worst sideline demeanor out of anybody I've ever seen. He's toxic as fuck. So when they're winning, people love him because he's like, oh, hey, great, blah, blah, blah. But he's toxic as shit at the end of the day. When they start losing, he's just burns shit around him. Because, some of these vets, they got their ring. Some of them are trying to get another payday, and they see how shitty he's playing. And they're like, well, fuck this guy. I mean, he's like, I might test free agency. I don't think anybody should sign him. I don't know why you would sign him. I think
the Patriots could.
They could, but that'd be stupid. I don't think they're any better. I don't think he's better equipped than Mac Jones at this point. He looks sloppy. He looks like lazy and everything. And if it's him,
well, he's going through a divorce. He lost all of his money in the FTX scandal, and and he's on a 6-8 team or whatever the fuck their record is, and it's just like, oh man, like he's like, if he was toxic before, he's extra toxic now. He's like Britney Spears toxic.
Like Britney Spears, like shaved head level toxic.
No, like the song Toxic.
Okay, yeah, and that was before that actually. That was peak Britney. So he's being peak diva. Yeah, no, I mean,
no, she wrote that song about him. That's how toxic he is.
It was just foreshadowing. Nobody knew yet that kid at Michigan was going to be a prick. No, but yeah, I mean, they just seem really fucking checked out. Yeah, the Bengals are firing on all cylinders. Looks like they figured out their offensive line issues a little bit. They're healthy. Mixon will be back healthy come playoff time. They look legit. Joey Burr looks real deal. Like the team that we saw lose to the Cowboys early in the year is like a completely different team than the one that we're seeing right now, because they're lighting it up and they're getting turnovers. Like their defense wasn't getting a lot of turnovers in the beginning of the year, and now they've really ratcheted it up. But the Bucks really don't stand a chance. If they do, it'll be some boring ass fucking game where it's like, 12-11, Tom Brady wins. Some stupid. I hate whenever. What a comeback. Get out of here, man. Yeah. He looks like shit. He threw the ball well for like 50 seconds, and now everyone wants to blow him again. Get out of here. Sorry. Next game on your Moneyline Parlay.
Yeah, we had the Eagles Moneyline at the Bears. Plain and simple. I'm not going to get much into it. You have the Eagles, who are the best team in the league, against the Bears, who are the worst defense in the league since trading Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn. The spread here is 9 points. I could see like a backdoor cover for the Bears if they want to. They do have a lot of fight. They do have a lot of spirit. They are well coached. So I'm not comfortable laying that big spread, but taking them on the money line, I'm pretty comfortable with.
Yeah, the Eagles should win this game.
Yeah, dude, come on.
It could be a potential trap game.
No.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I mean, but they asked Jordan Mailata about the Micah Parsons comments, and he was saying like, we're playing the Bears, we're not playing the Chicago Micah Parsons. We're focused on Chicago. I think that I really believe, and that's cliche, but I think that the Eagles are looking one game at a time. The Bears are looking to get done with it so they can sit there, take all their cap space. They have a shit ton of money in cap space and picks, and start making some moves and bringing some more talent. They're definitely looking ahead to next year, but would be like the Bears Super Bowl. If they won this game, that would be huge for them. They'd talk a lot of shit. They'd say like, see, he can beat anyone.
I feel like the Eagles are like a college team who's like trying to like impress the committee or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna like when they put up 48 on the fucking Giants, like they would have put up 56 if they could have. Like, they just didn't have time. But I think like that's their mentality. It's like, let's just go out and destroy people.
Yeah. But, it could. I mean, obviously, I like the Eagles in this game. But, it could, like I said, it could be a trap game. Just like this Jags game for the everyone's looking ahead to next Saturday. And just like this Jags-Cowboys game, that could be a trap game for the Cowboys. Because the Jags are not going to take that game off.
I don't think so, because of what happened last week. They almost lost. So you have to be like, hey, yeah, see, motherfuckers, you got to take these teams seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think, but Micah Parsons is just too busy running his dumb mouth.
Yeah, but outside of Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence has been one of like the best quarterbacks in the past 2 months. He's been slanging it like killing.
No, I know. Like they're good, but I'm just saying I don't think it's. I don't think that they're thinking ahead to the next week to the Eagles. Because if they don't win this game, then the Eagles they don't even have to worry about it.
That'd be awful. I'd be
so
mad.
One thing I will say on that. So if you look ahead at the line for next week, the Eagles are +1 right now. I think them on the money line is like plus 105 or something. If you like that, I would bet it now because I think the Eagles will roll over the Bears, and I do think the Jags will cause the Cowboys some more trouble. So I could very easily see that line going down to like a pick 'em, maybe even the Eagles favored by 1 point, depending on how the Cowboys do. It is always
wait, we're not favored?
Oh, next week the Cowboys are favored by 1.
Is that in Dallas? That's in Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the road Christmas Eve. Yeah.
That's
So
ridiculous.
if you like it, I would bet it now because I think the line will move after this week. Just a little tidbit.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little tit for thought. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna bet. I'm gonna be at the game, so I can't put money on it. Otherwise, I'll lose my mind.
Oh yeah, because then you're not enjoying it.
Because I'll be like there, and I'll be like and it's already gonna be hostile as fuck. In the sense that like I'm gonna wear my jersey and my jacket and my hat and my glasses and my scarf. I'm going like full decked out because I got pretty good seats. So if we win, people are gonna throw stuff at me. And
no, dude, they're too bitch made out there in Dallas to do something like that.
True, but they might, man. I've been to it before. I'll definitely get booed and get the finger. So if we win or lose, leaving, if you have a long walk up the stairs, people just shout shit at you. So, so I'm prepared for that. But I can't bet because then I might get like too into it. I might get angry because people are talking shit, right? I gotta chill.
I mean, how much money are we talking?
But if you want to bet that, Joe, you should bet it now.
Okay.
Take your own advice and bet it now, and put it all down.
$500 on the Eagles.
Why not? They're gonna win. Like that's a free money. It's fucking coupons. I call them coupons.
Coupons. They just gave me these free coupons because the Eagles won. I got 500 of them. They're great. Yeah, I mean, I like our chances. I think that if everyone plays and there's something on the line, I think because of last year, the Eagles want to crush them. I think they're like angry.
The one thing about maybe not putting 500 on it right now is like because there could be a significant injury on Sunday. On the Eagles, and then you're fucked.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is the risk with betting.
Weeks
ahead.
Yeah. And it's the NFL. Like somebody's going to get knocked out of one of these games. Like that's just how it goes.
Man, people have been getting hurt like crazy out there. It's nuts. It's non-contact and people getting hit or hurt whenever they're landing on this turf. And some people want turf, some people want grass. It's fucking.
It's because they don't like allow like contact in practice anymore. And so like, it's like they're not like getting enough like contact like when they're not like in the game, and then when they're in the game it's like a whole different sport, and then it's like of course you're gonna get injured. You're not used to getting hit.
Yeah. No, I mean that makes sense. It's just rough. It's tough, and it's been interesting. It was all concussions, and now they're worried about those things, and now people are just dropping like flies with knee injuries left and right. We're not seeing as many concussions, or we're not hearing about them as much. I mean, there was a really bad concussion the other day for the Patriots where Devontae Parker got hit and then stayed in the game and was kind of like delirious. And Aguilar, former Eagle, catch the damn ball, Aguilar.
Boo him.
All right, I'll boo him. But shout out to him because he noticed that Devontae Parker was like loopy as fuck and got him off the field, like stopped the game to pull him. I mean, so people, and obviously Russ looking so dazed and confused after his hit, but like these knee injuries, there's been a significant knee injuries to a lot of fucking people, especially over the past 2 years, that the NFL's obviously got to look at this issue and they need to make a decision and stick with it. But yeah, I mean, the no contact, that'll fucking do it. There's a lot of people way back in the day when we'd be doing shoulder pads and shorts, and then you put on the practice pads and someone is getting fucking hurt. Like people are getting hurt all left and right the first day.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're not hitting as much in practice. I don't even think they're allowed to practice as much. They have a lot of game film, but yeah,
could be backfire.
Yeah, All right, well, those are picks. Good picks, you guys. So we're losing money, supposedly. That's what you're telling me, but it's okay. It's all in sport. At the end of the day, Mr. Bookie Two Shoes owes me some money. So whatever I lose, I'll just recoup one of these days.
Well,
or I'll make a bet with you. Or one of these
bet.
days, I'll make $1,000 bet with you and give you an out. Not today, but one of these days.
Oh, you better be rooting for Argentina then.
No, it might be something. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Argentina. Fuck
Yeah,
France.
not-
I wanted
not-
Morocco to go fuck France.
Yeah, not those like baguette jerking off, like beret wearing,
Cigarette
dude-
smoking, painting.
dudes and wearing makeup, non-verbal communication, getting trapped in an invisible box. What the fuck is that, mime? Like, no, let's go Argentina. The Pope is from Argentina, so this shit is blessed. It's ordained.
Yeah, okay. I'll stop booing and I'll cheer because shout out Pope. Shout out Messi.
Pope Frank.
Bless him. That's really what it comes down to for me. Like, I was like, fuck Portugal and Ronaldo. He gets on my nerves. He's just so smug. I just don't really like him. And then if I had to pick one, Messi or him, I'd always pick Messi over Ronaldo. So I would like to see Messi win one. Fuck France. I don't really like France that much. I wanted Morocco to win. I don't like repeats. I don't want repeat. I'm like, get out of here. I've already seen France win a couple times. I don't need to see them win another World Cup. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And it'd be good for Messi. It'd be cool if he was able to win one. I think it'll be tough. Argentina's really good. France is really good.
I'm about to go to McDonald's right now and order up some freedom fries.
Let's go, and some freedom toast, bitch.
That's right.
I want the freedom toast. We don't have French toast.
Yeah.
God damn it, I said freedom toast.
I'm putting freedom vanilla in my goddamn coffee, and I usually just drink it black.
But my pastor says to stop with the black stuff, so I gotta put a little cream. I gotta put some cream in it. That's hilarious. No, I mean, I'm kind of glad that the World Cup's gonna be over, so we can just be done with all this Qatar shit. Honestly, over it, tired of it, tired of looking at it. Telling them being like, "Oh, come to Qatar." I'm like, no, absolutely not. My black ass will go missing. They'll be sending the ghosts of Barbara Walters will be trying to find me out there. Like, I'm never, like, that's not happening. I'm absolutely not. There was a Iranian football player who was protesting for a pro women's group, kind of separate, but it is sports related, and he's being executed. They're gonna execute this dude. Crazy. That's nuts. And that's one thing that was interesting is seeing the Iranian team play. They were really good. They were really passionate about it. Obviously, we played them and we beat them to go into the round of 16 to get smoked by Sweden. But whenever we played them, I mean, like, they seem to have a good connection. It's crazy, and now you're seeing some of these players who were on those teams who are taking stances have like legal ramifications for like using that stage to protest for women's rights. It was really sad.
They literally bulldozed down one of the players' parents' house, and then they also like made some of their parents go on like the state TV and like renounce their son for not singing the national anthem, and like they were coerced into doing that. It's like insane. It's like, dude, you guys have no control of your country right now. Like just fly I don't even know where they could go. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think this revolution might happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely possible with them. But just this was such an interesting, and in some ways, I wouldn't say divisive, but arguably one of the most controversial World Cups. Just in the location, the process of picking it, the way they went about building all of these massive stadiums, the long-term ramifications that'll happen with FIFA. Because if you for one fucking second think that they're not going to be playing more games in those stadiums in the future, they definitely fucking are. Because there is so much money attached to that shit, and those people who own those properties and built them, those are permanent. Like, no, definitely, because they already have Qatari soccer leagues where they try to pull people in. I mean, you see Ronaldo get offered almost $250 million to go play in a Saudi soccer league for 2 years.
That's the Saudis, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you don't think the Qataris are trying to compete on that sort of level with their sort of power and influence? I mean, they got the World Cup. I'm saying they built some.
I think that they're done with the stadiums. Like the whole, like they pulled it off. They got the World Cup. They got the commercials. They got everybody to see. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just like fucking demolish them. Like, because they don't like they only have like some like ridiculous low. It's like 2 million people or something live there.
That's no, they have 2.6 million people, but there's 380,000 Qatari citizens. The rest are like migrant workers and asylum seekers and all sorts of shit.
And the citizens don't have to work because they all just get paid.
Yeah, they all just get paid because they're just loaded. You don't really have to do shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't think that they would do that though. I think they've invested so much money and they see the potential in bringing in like concerts and shows and other things and using those stadiums for something that I think that they feel emboldened to do that. I can't see them just demolishing all that stuff. I feel like they'll use it. They'll find a function for a majority of it. They might not keep all of them, but I think,
and people who like, you know, got tricked by the marketing of Qatar and want to go out and visit it. Like, I guess you better have those stadiums up.
Let's go visit Qatar, sweetie. It looks so nice and progressive. I mean, look at the roads. It's so clean. Everybody's just so nice out there, you know? I mean, I saw it on the World Cup. And they gave all those people jobs to build the stadiums. I mean, they changed lives out there. No, fuck that. Like that's
they did change lives, like as in they're not living anymore.
Yeah. So I mean, I wanted Argentina, Morocco. I guess I was like, if I have to pull for one of these powerhouses, I'm going to pull for Argentina and Messi to win. If I have to pick one of them, I'd rather them not. But you know, I don't think Croatia really stood a chance. And then Morocco,
I picked Croatia from the jump.
Really, they're good, man. Yeah. Modric was sick, and you see someone like him running around at 37, almost 38, playing in the World Cup. That's like, damn, just chasing a fucking dream. Because that guy's got all the money in the world. He's been playing professional soccer for 2 lifetimes, you know.
But like where Croatia like is located on like the Earth, I think it's like they have like some of like the oldest people because everybody's just so healthy, like eating all that olives and shit.
I believe it. That's what you need to find, Goody, is a nice Croatian woman. That's what we need you to find.
No. I have a story about that, but we should wrap it up.
Oh, you got a story? Okay, well, you can save it. Save it for the next one. Are you going to be joining us on the next podcast 2.0, or do you got to go hang out with your bros? I feel like you were like probably not going to.
I do have to go.
See, boo. No, you're good.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, that's episode... Yeah, you got to put in therapy questions, man.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, that is episode 14 and 15, back for the first time. Honestly, it was a nice little break, much needed, but it's good to be back. I've missed you guys, so I appreciate y'all being on. Nah, man, this has become such a routine that it was like, fuck. But I'm glad you're feeling better and alive. I was, like, curious, and then you posted, like, I'm alive. I was like, oh, my God, fuck yes. Thank you, Jesus. It's like...
Yeah.
So good. All right, you guys. Well, I'll see you in a little bit. I'll text you. I'd say give it like an hour, I guess, something like that. But peace out. Appreciate you being here. 2.0, like always. Man, you got to win some of this fucking money back. What we're going to have to do is like the last week, we got to put like all the money down on something crazy to see if we can win it all back.
All right.
Because then if we do playoffs, we can do separate bets for the playoffs.
Well, hopefully it's all back by before.
Well, yeah, no, week. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just thinking, hey.
Jesus Christ.
Shut
good
up.
Vibes. Yeah, good times or whatever.
Well, I didn't know we were that far down, so I was like, damn it.
But 2.0, you know what Uncle Andy says. Wrap it up so we don't get a 3.0 because you're not ready just yet.
I agree.
All right, peace out, you guys. Take it easy.
Later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 14 and 15 over. About to go hop over on Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod here in about an hour-ish. But make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share, whatever. This is a lot of fun. We're going to be back on episode 16. Caught the fuck up. Good football games this week. We got Cowboys, Eagles next week, baby. So it's going down. But, yeah, I mean, go Messi. Fuck the Cowboys. Go Eagles. Go Mavs. Go Celtics. you know, things are chill. Things are good. And stay safe, you guys. That tornado shit was crazy. So y'all just be safe, stay out of trouble. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. We'll be on time, 7:30, and we will not miss. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy. Peace. It always takes a second because I got to scroll down and find it. Ah, there it is. All right. Peace out.
Yeah, so
every now and then when I feel a bit buggy, I look at the floor, maybe need a new ruggy. Scratch that, I'll get some beers and get chuggy. Nah, man, I know what I need, some more